Hello, this video is going to review life expectancy and determinants of life expectancy for zip code 20010. 20010 is located in the northwestern quadrant of Washington, D.C. The zip code was chosen because this is the area that I currently practice and where the majority of my patients are from. I'll first go over a little bit of background on the zip code, followed by what is the life expectancy and the determinants of life expectancy for this zip code. 20010 is a metropolitan 100% urban area. There is nearly equitable distribution amongst females and males, with 52.6% of the population being female. 13% of the population is over age 65. The predominant ethnicity in this area is going to be Black or African American at 42.7%, followed by 37.7% being white or Caucasian and 12% Hispanic. So what is the life expectancy for 20010? The average life expectancy is 78 years with 9,200 years of potential lost life. This is slightly worse compared to the national average of 8,400 years of potential lost life. However, as will be noted throughout this video, it is especially crucial for this zip code to break down all of the statistics based on racial demographics. If we do this for years of potential lost life, you will notice that there is a 16,800 years of potential lost life for the non-Hispanic Black/African American population. This is nearly double the national average and just under double for this zip code. So as we go through and review the statistics, you must consider that while the overall statistics may look fairly good or fairly comparable to the national average, typically they are much worse for the non-Hispanic Blacks in this region, which, as I reviewed earlier, is the highest percentage population in this area. Overall, there's better quality of life compared to the national average, with 3.1 poor physical health days, 4.9 poor mental health days, and 13% of the population with poor or fair health. So what factors are impacting life expectancy for this region? Starting with the health factors, overall there is better access to healthcare in Washington, D.C. compared to the United States as a whole. There is approximately one primary care provider for every 780 citizens, one dentist for every 777 citizens. Only 3% of the population uninsured, though, as I've noted earlier, this is typically more of the African American and Black population are inequitably in this category compared to the Caucasian population. There were about 3,000 preventable hospitalizations, and 43% of the population has received influenza vaccinations. Moving on to the social and economic factors, the largest factor that impacts life expectancy is likely going to be the high rates of insecure housing. Again, disproportionately impacted in the African American community. 20% of the population in this zip code faces severe housing problems. On the other hand, 93% are reported to have completed college, and unfortunately there have been reports of drinking water violations, which negatively impacts patients' health. So as PAs, what can we do to improve life expectancy and health outcomes in this zip code? I think first and most importantly, we need to consider the health inequities faced by the African Americans/Black population in this region. As a PA, it's going to be particularly important to consider how our patients are impacted through, transportation, healthcare access, mental health care, financial barriers, family barriers, all these things that come together to impact patients' care. A lot of the statistics, if you just look at the overall statistic, can be misleading, and you must consider what it is, that statistic, for the particular population that you are dealing with. Additionally, will be important for PAs to address preventable hospitalizations, as there were approximately 3,000 preventable hospitalizations. PAs can be a part of this by assisting patients primarily with health literacy and education, as that tends to be low in this region, particularly among the African American community. Also assisting patients with ways to attend appointments, accessing healthcare, whether that's through telehealth or in person, whatever might be more beneficial for the patient, as well as assisting with medication access and medication adherence, as that has been an evident problem in my practice. So in summary, the 20010 zip code, while it does have nearly average life expectancy compared to the national average, there are notable health inequities, particularly amongst the African American community, which must be taken into account when reviewing the statistics.